Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hosts with the mostest, the most electrifying man on YouTube, Clayton Kisko. And I'm accompanied, of course, by the rest of the Maelstrom gamers. Today on the show, we have the bad boy himself, Cop Show's #1 fan, Steve Landis.
Almost missed it.
Oh, but you got it. What you doing?
That's it.
Okay.
That's all you get.
Next up, we got the Tower, Alan Tolner. How's it going?
Hey, I want to start calling him A-Train. This is the no.
A-Train?
I'm just kidding. At least
The
in
Tower?
the game, it was A-Train, and it
The
worked.
A-Train. Choo choo. A-Train's coming, baby. Doo doo. And rounding out the cast today, we have the heartthrob, Rocco.
That's right. I'm just posted up in my hotel room
Hotel
waiting.
room.
Sex hotel.
Stripper with some cocaine. That's a joke,
wanna-
by the way, if you don't know.
I want to get some black light and just see
Definitely
what the
joke.
hell is
Except
going on over
that
there.
joke was a joke. That it's a
That
joke.
joke was a joke on top of a
someone
joke.
poke their
Don't tell
head?
my wife. Is this going on the internet? Oh my god. Shit.
We were without the Enigma Ian today. He is participating in a chili cook-off. We wish him the best and hope that he wins.
Burn
You guys
some
have-
buttholes.
Yeah, and burns a ton of buttholes. Do you guys have
Chili.
specific chili like types that you guys like?
Hot chili.
You
Ooh.
like the hot chili?
hot meat and bean chili? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
don't eat chili cold.
No, hot as in spicy.
Spicy.
Like,
That's what I got.
Real
Yeah.
spicy. Real.
Oh
spicy.
yeah, yeah.
He's like, you don't need
Dude,
it cold, bro.
I was like,
no.
who eats it? Anything but hot.
Yeah. Sarah and I have a vegetarian chili that we like to jam out too. It's pretty good.
So just beans and
Yeah, it's 3 types of beans. You got some tomatoes. You got peppers, onions.
There you go.
Spice. I like it
Sounds
spicy too.
bad.
I like it with a
Yeah.
little kick. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then we make some beer bread from scratch, and you put some.
You gotta have corn
I had
bread or
that
something.
recently.
Yeah.
Like it was
good.
it was a family dinner and stuff. Dude, that stuff is good. I've never had beer bread before that.
Yeah.
It's actually I could see that going well with chili.
It's delicious, but it's dangerous, right? Because
Yeah.
you'll just eat the whole fucking loaf.
Have you ever had beer beard?
No.
It's when you
Beer
spill beer
beard.
on your beard.
Oh, then I have many times. All right, guys. If you guys don't know who the format of this show, each of the Maelstrom gamers, we hop onto Skype. We each bring a topic for our discussion, but for more importantly, for your entertainment. And each topic is its own video on YouTube, Monday through Friday. And on Saturday, we release the whole episode with all those topics rolled into one. If you guys would like to support us and send us some cash money, it'd be really, really appreciative. You can go on to patreon.com.
Cash
Maelstrom
money.
Gamers, and you can put as little as $1, and that will get you a special episode just for you on patreon.com. And there's free ways to support us too. You can go on to Facebook, you can go on to Twitter, you can go on Instagram. You can follow us, like us. You can subscribe, you can comment. All that stuff really, really helps. And for those that you've done so far, we've gotten your feedback, we've gotten your comments. It's been a lot of fun to talk to you. And we have something rolling here pretty soon I think you guys will enjoy. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned, because some new stuff, thanks to all those Patreon subscribers, is about to pay off. So that's great. I think we should get into our first topic today.
Let's do
But
it.
before we do, I just want to ask really quick. Steve, do you floss first or you brush first?
I
Brush.
brush first.
Ah, wrong! You're doing it wrong! God, Steve. All right, we're going to go to our first
I love
topic
how you put
today.
him on the spot.
I
He's just
fucking hate that shit.
Rocco, let's go with you.
Damn it.
okay. So
Wrong.
here it is.
Salsa.
I showed you guys the videos first so far, but for you viewers, hopefully I'll have that posted underneath this video. What I want to talk about is this video I watched on YouTube of this Tesla car that can literally drive itself. This guy doesn't have to put his hands on it, doesn't have to press the pedals, the gas, or the brake. And this car is, it's got some type of sensor of some sort. It can read where the other cars are on the sides of it, behind it, in front of it, and it's automatically just driving itself on the road. Even the video
Bless you.
shows him moving pretty fast, too. It looks like this dude might be doing somewhere between like 45 and 50, and this car's still keeping up on like automatic drive. What do you guys think about this kind of deal? What do you think about this future, this Google car kind of deal, this Tesla ride? What do you guys think?
Dude, I hate driving. I would love that.
Yeah?
Absolutely love that. Yeah. I think that'd be great for the future. I mean, just this hop in the car and just
Because
type
you
in
hate
destination.
driving.
So how
What
would it
about
make-
driving do you hate?
What kind of type of driving do I hate?
No, I mean, what about driving do you hate?
Driving.
Just the driving.
Sometimes, okay, well, my
Oh,
counter to
sorry.
that is...
Traffic.
Okay.
Hate traffic. Absolutely hate other drivers. I know you have rage problems You like that? Amber does too. I can't stand traffic and everything. Like I like just being able to sit down, put on my phone, and just like watch something, and then just get there immediately.
So
Rocco,
who here actually likes driving? Enjoys driving? Okay, yeah, I do.
There's
too.
aspects that
I like driving.
right?
Yeah.
There's something about like and
I'm a
driving
pilot.
alone.
I can fly.
cool.
Yeah, I could fly. Driving alone, like just and listening to a couple songs, windows down, it can be really, really relaxing. And it's something I missed when I lived in Chicago because of how frequent I would use public transportation, how good it was.
Yeah.
But I did find often was like, man, I just miss kind of going on errands a little bit, just driving, and I don't know, it's fun.
See, I do that for my job right now. It's like I have to drive everywhere between appointment and appointment, and it's solo driving, windows down, like you're saying, music blasting. It's like my time to kind of do my own thing, get in my own head, my relaxation time. I love doing driving myself.
Isn't it like meditative?
That's what I think. Yeah,
right?
like sometimes like they say you get from point A to point B, you don't even know how you got there. You're in a trance at that point. You know what I mean? Like you're experiencing something else besides the actual driving. Your body's on autopilot instead of the car itself. So I don't know which one's safer.
Well, see, that's what I would be afraid that I would lose, right? I'm playing complete counter to it because, like, for the record, I am all for self-driving cars, but I'm just trying to think of like poking holes because Steve said that he would.
There's
like
plenty
them,
of
so
holes that I could try and poke there too with that, like
right, and one of them being that you lose this meditative thing that you gain a lot of the times during the day when you drive.
So wait, how do you meditate when you drive?
It's just
no,
barely
so like
doing
you get
something.
like you're going to say the Tampa Bay Devil Rays stadium, and you get there and you don't even remember. You don't even. It's because he lives in Tampa.
I wish I could have those drives.
Like you don't remember how you got there, kind of thing. Like you're like space out while you're driving. Maybe
Were you drunk?
miss a few oh my gosh, Steve.
That doesn't sound very safe. Like spaced out. While
That's what
you're
I'm saying. It doesn't, because like I would be scared if I was like, I don't remember.
If you are acting,
driving
if you
What
didn't
Rocco's
space out at some
describing-
point while driving, you guys are ridiculous. That everybody goes through that experience at some point where you blank out. Maybe it's like 2 exits. You kind of just can't really recollect like how you got from point A to point B.
You're just zoning out. You're being attentive, driver, but you were zoning out enough where like your brain was able to like kind of just meditate a little bit.
Exactly.
Just like it's it's when you play video games and you get in a flow. You're just like you're doing something, but you have enough control over it that you can relax. And so you're just relaxing, driving, and just like kind of thinking about stuff and thinking about a lot of stuff probably. And it's meditative. And if we have self-driving cars, I feel like I'm gonna be like, well, car's driving, I'm gonna play some video games and like maybe get stressed out or something, which I actually really like. I think I might pick over the meditative, but I would be worried that I'd lose that.
So think about this 2-step. Like when if this is the direction that we go as a country, do you think it would be that everybody has to have it, or that a few people can have it? Do you think that the technology is like strong enough that okay, I can half of us can have self-driving cars, half of us don't have to, and it can still work perfectly fine? I mean, his was driving fine, and there was nobody with self-driving cars around him at the time.
We're already doing that.
Yeah,
we already have self-driving cars around.
We do.
So,
see,
I know we have the ones that like
living out in
blind
Georgia
spots and stuff like that.
that are
Detecting blind spots, like say you start going into the other lane and it automatically shoots you back.
Yeah, it's able to detect all that stuff. In fact, I think there was a study that came out like recently. It was like 99 or like 95% of all accidents from self-driving cars are from other drivers, human drivers.
Oh, hitting the car. Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's interesting because so here that plays into this. How do you think you're going to feel initially, that first step you take when you get yourself a self-driving car, and then you've got to take your hands off the wheel, take your hands off the brake, and you're watching it. Like this guy in the video, right? He's freaking out a little bit. He wants to grab it. Like, that's the way I would be. I'd be like, oh God, okay, I didn't hit the car. Oh God, okay, I'm letting the car just drive itself. It's like that first step for me would be full of anxiety.
It'll be tough. It'll be tough for us because we were probably going to be one of the last few generations that are used to driving. But I think like our children or something, they'll be used to it, and so they'll just be like on their phone, whatever digital device, and like it's just gonna be like get there, because that's basically what's happening now, right? Like they don't really pay attention to whoever's driving them because they're on their phone or whatever, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're here, and they're like, oh, okay, no,
all right, well, I guess
I'm
we're
here.
Like,
Yeah,
literally those driver's seats are gonna turn around. so that they can just enjoy the
And
company.
just drop them out. They're just gonna be like, blop.
Oh my God, you're right.
They're not even gonna care about
like a
driving.
4-door.
Yeah, it's no. I always think of the one I always think of is Minority Report.
Yeah.
The ride
When
that they have.
the cars they have in there, because everything faces inward, so it's just like the backseat of like a limousine almost or something. Like all
Yeah.
the seats face forward.
Because there's no
Or-
worry
or
for
back.
going out to have to drive. You just punch in where you want to go, and then you
Yeah.
enjoy the company that
That
you
makes
Yeah,
have.
you wouldn't need a
sense.
wheel, really.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
really wouldn't.
Now
road
would you
trips
need?
would be so much fun.
They would be a lot funner because you can
Dude,
enjoy it, and that
Yeah.
one person's gonna be having to
Like when that one thing shows up and they're like, your like friend or whoever's next to you is like, oh, that's so cool, and you're just like, yeah, yep,
This
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
oh wow,
Or everybody's playing Magic in the back. and you
Oh,
can't
I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
No, that would
Fair.
definitely be a lot funner. Now, what do you think it's gonna? What do you think the issues? While I was saying poking the holes, what do you think the issues are going to be here? Whenever we think about, okay, these cars possibly get networked eventually,
Right.
And we've got hackers involved. Now the hackers can potentially make chaos and mayhem with these self-driving cars. What do you guys think about that?
I was talking to my buddy about this earlier, and like his response to play devil's advocate was, well, they can do that now. And I was like, okay, explain yourself, because I was like, I heard of this, but like, is that really true? Can they do it on this level? He's like, yeah, someone hacked into a woman's car on the highway, and cut out her brakes and her driving because it was power steering, and so she just had to like kind of let go and like try to maneuver it over to the right hand side as it like just cut out. But he eventually told me that like it's through Bluetooth, and you have to be within you have to be in Bluetooth distance. So
Yeah.
it's not the same.
And what I would say is it's not the same because we're talking about a mass scale. We're talking about,
Right.
okay, you've got millions and millions of cars across the nation. It's not 100, what you got within range of 100 feet with the Bluetooth. Because I've heard that same hacking, whatever you want to call it, right through the Bluetooth.
It's something that's actually going to be needed to be more scrutinized as we move forward, and not just because of these cars that are driving themselves, but everything from our banks to everything that we've touched. Even our entertainment is being hacked every day. So I think we need to, as a society, just come up with better ways of stopping that.
I agree.
So there just needs to be better security presence.
I 100% agree, because as we move through the future, like we have with the self-driving cars that are coming around right now, we have the smart houses too. The ones with like everything smart, the TV's smart, the thermostat's smart, the oven's smart, the refrigerator's smart. It's like, think about the hacking that can happen there.
Can't be smart.
We're gonna have to have some insane security. Like my take is this: it's like our heroes of the future are gonna be hackers, and our villains of the world are going to be hackers. So it's
Are
like
you a white hat or a black hat?
exactly.
white and
Like,
black,
at the end
though.
of the
That's
day, it's
kinda
like
terrible.
that's where
Chris
it's going to be.
Hemsworth.
It's like that security is going to have to be there.
Are we going to be
because-
required to have insurance?
Well, what?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like yes.
Or like cars and stuff.
Self-driving cars, yeah. Self-driving cars.
Yeah, I would.
I mean, you think about it, there'd be no accidents if everyone has a self-driving
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
that's a good question.
That's a good pro. If I don't have to pay
Yeah.
100 change for insurance every month, I'm down.
Yeah, they would probably play some type of loophole that's like, if not 100% of the cars on the road are
The
that,
State
then
Farm would be pissed.
Yeah, they'd be out of a job.
yeah,
Oh.
Geico and all that stuff too.
Yeah, there's no way. You'd still
You know?
need insurance. Because here's the thing,
Yeah.
is that I don't think we'll ever get, like, not in our lifetime. It would be hard for me to, maybe in our lifetime, but not anytime soon, for self-driving cars to be completely self-driving. I feel like there's still going to be an override switch for you to drive it
Right.
yourself.
At
Let's
least
take
for
it,
right
Emmanuel.
now, I think for right
Yeah.
now that's going to be the case. I think you probably get that going for a while, and people get used to
Yeah.
these self-driving cars.
For a generation, right? Like,
and then generation, and then there won't be a steering wheel anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, think
it'll
about
just report.
Think about it too. If everyone has a self-driving car too, I don't think there'd be a speed limit. I think it could go as fast as it can go, because then you wouldn't have any errors to bump into anybody else. You can just zoom, zoom, zoom. You wouldn't have to worry about anybody.
like
pulling into the
autobahns
lane.
everywhere.
Right. It'd be
it'd be crazy
fast.
efficient too. It's
Oh
nuts.
yeah. Think about
Yeah.
it. And
It might reduce like those big traffic jams. So like whenever I drive constantly in Atlanta traffic, and here's something I see: if like 25 cars ahead, one guy just he rides his brakes often while he's a driver and just kind of hits them a little bit, it affects the 25 cars back, and it makes them come to almost a complete stop. because of him just tapping his brakes. So this is gonna like start to avoid that kind of situation. If all the cars are just moving in sync and they know when they're exiting and doing their thing,
Rock,
maybe
I
there will
can
be
feel
no stopping and no
the anxiety is
slowing down.
boiling under
It's like, oh my god, that guy!
I'm getting so angry just thinking about this guy. I hate or when they have like 3 cars ahead of them from bumper to bumper traffic. I'm like, motherfucker, go up!
Exactly. So it's like it can
Just
alleviate.
film yourself one
that
time, Clay.
possibly.
Just film yourself.
Dude, oh, it's infuriating.
What if it alleviates that? And here's another
Yeah, it
thing
will.
too.
Great.
I've got a lot of, not a lot of fear, but there's a lot of thoughts go on it because I see it every day driving on the road out here in Atlanta. I'm telling you guys, it's really bad out here. One of the worst cities for traffic. But 3 people a day die in Atlanta from car accidents every day. It's like it's scary out here because there's so many accidents that do occur out here because there's so many drivers and there's so much traffic all around that it's like self-driving cars might be a good solution for even car accident situations, and reducing the amount of lives that get lost every year.
How much would
It's gotta
something
be
like
a big
that
part
cost,
of
though?
it. Yeah.
Or what about like DUI situations, huh? So you
Well, I was gonna say you're gonna see increased curb accidents. People will be coming out of their cars plastered. And
Yeah.
just falling on the sidewalk. It just
True.
You're just see drunk people just fall out of this clown car. It's gonna be pretty ridiculous.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys would
there
have
will
loved
be
that.
a lot
Savannah
higher
back then.
curb accidents because at least they'll get themselves like to their house, but
Yeah.
they'll be there at their house and not on the road trying to make that drive themselves.
Yeah, I
Makes
love the
different
idea of
choices.
self-driving cars. It's
Yeah, I can see that.
2015. Okay, we got the Pepsi. We're close to the hoverboard.
Yeah, I'm
we
just
got
pissed off
the
about the hoverboard,
self-lacing Nike shoes. The Cubbies are about to win. Knock on wood.
Self-lacing Nike shoes? What?
Yeah, dude.
I'm out of the loop on this.
Oh.
They make there's basically the ones from Back to the Future they have.
I want these shoes.
Yeah, you press the button. It's like.
Oh,
it just, like,
God.
does it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I kind of want the
Freaking
shoe
awesome.
now.
What about the jacket? Whoa, why is my camera doing
I don't know. Your
It's
stuff
weird.
is going weird.
That's crazy.
For
So-
those watching, we apologize if you're seeing technical difficulties. We're probably getting hacked right now because we're talking bad about self-driving cars.
Yeah, they're like, no, we're not talking
Al-
about
Al- and
Elon
shaking Alan.
Musk.
That's like,
Yeah,
we're
State Farm's
talking
hacking us.
good. Elon Musk is a hero of the world right now. This guy.
Dude, I know. I am so excited for all the new technologies that we could potentially be getting in this country, which is so odd to say, but Google Fiber, these
Yeah.
are my top 3, right? We got Google Fiber, self-driving Google cars, and then we got Elon Musk's countrywide train system.
Yep,
And-
the Hyperloop train system. He's also got Solar City, which is to try to convert people from electric to solar panels at the
Yes.
same price they're paying for their electricity as of right now, but
Yes.
paying towards owning their own solar panels
We were
to get
talking about that.
cleaner energy. On
Yeah.
top of the SpaceX program he's got, not trying to shout out to him, but dude, this guy's
Dude,
like a
he's-
hero of mine kind of deal.
Yeah, dude. this
SpaceX
guy's
to say,
amazing.
let's stop spending billions of dollars on rockets we use one time and let's recycle them and use several times. Like,
Hey, Rocco,
yeah.
is this the same guy that built that city that's out here in Orlando or something like that? You said that was
No.
by Orlando, or is that?
MGM
Am I
is
thinking
not
about
a
that
city.
guy?
The Venus Project.
Yeah.
So that actually
Different
talking
guy,
about
right?
that too. Venus Project. That's Jacques Fresco. Like talking
okay.
about self-driving cars. Also, like when it comes to like insurance, we were saying maybe insurance could go away for cars if they were created out of this metal that he was displaying in this Jacques Fresco.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
It's
Yeah.
called the Venus Project. You can see it on Netflix and stuff. But awesome idea for the future. He's a futurist. But it's this metal that's like, okay, you bend it, it breaks, heat it up, and it goes.
Audio.
Vroom.
Lost-
You just take like a big, think of it like a hair blower, a hair dryer, hair dryer. Blow
back.
it, hot, and it'll just pop it right back out into place. So
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
yeah,
yeah,
dude, amazing.
it goes
metal.
back to original form. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, then that takes like insurance kind of out of the deal too, because now if it does bump or hit or whatever, we've got,
Mm-hmm.
the ability to put the car right back.
A
in.
lot easier, cheaper way to
Yep.
fix the car. Yeah, and going back to Elon Musk and this, am I saying that right? Elon?
No, it's
Elon.
Elon Musk.
Elon, sorry,
Yeah.
Elon Musk. Yeah, they have new window solar panels, clear solar panel windows now. Not only do you have your roof giving you energy, but the windows
Window.
as well.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Yeah, I'm really excited for all that stuff of the future, and we need to kind of get. I feel like I'm anxious. Like I want to get it here quicker. I want these
So
self-driving
do I.
cars to kind
Yeah.
of show themselves now.
Yeah.
I think like everything though, it takes time. So it's like it takes time for people to get adapted to it. It takes time for people to lose that control. So like we got a lot of generations that are existing right now that are not going to like the idea of losing the control of driving their own car. Yeah. Where there's going to be a lot of individuals that are going to say, "Hell yeah, I like it." You know what I mean? Like that might open the door for a lot of elderly people too as well that are not capable of driving right now.
There's so many benefits.
You know what I mean? So
that outweigh the cons that when you think about it.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. It's just got to be like proposed, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the plan, right? I think it's still all part of the plan to have all self-driving cars on the road.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a part of. I don't know if it's anything like of a political plan that I've heard of as of yet. But like the plan is like the younger generations seeing it as the future. Yeah, I see that.
When Amazon and Apple both go into self-driving cars, that tells me there's money here and it's coming. You know what I mean? Like it's not just this weird.
Do you think like all the car companies are just trying to like make the same thing? Like they ask them like, "Oh, well, how do you make these?" Or do you think they're like trying to come up with their own way to make them as well? Or you don't think? Do you think they're like, it's
Google?
Just
do you think it's like a? Do you think it's like a
GM or like a patent or whatever?
Technology?
Yeah.
Honestly, Alan, I think they're not poaching is the wrong word, but I think they're going to car companies being like, "Look, do you want to live in Detroit and you want to work on this shit, or do you want to come over here and be a part of a revolution and pay you really great money and awesome benefits?" And they're like, "Fuck it, I'm coming over to Google." And they probably got like the best of the best, and the industrial engineers combined with these hardware engineers are probably what it looks like.
But you know, like people are loyal to specific brand companies. Like they only want to buy a Ford or a Chevy or something. You know, like do you think those companies are going to be making self-driving cars too?
I do. I think that eventually they will.
I
different models of them.
My hunch, and I could be completely off.
This is how companies work. They look at what's happening in trends, and they are all about the money. They don't care so much about they're going to look and see that people are going to be wanting it to go buy those future cars, those self-driving cars, and if they're not creating cars with that, they're losing out. So it might not be in every car they have, but they might create a car that has the ability for self-driving.
Look at BlackBerry. Look at Sidekick.
That's true too.
Motorola.
That didn't change and expand.
They didn't exactly, and. My hunch is that these companies not only are so Detroit's Ford. Yeah. They are so far behind. Like they were nearly bankrupt. Like they're just trying to get back to a state of steadiness in terms of financials. Like to me, I think they're so far behind that once like Google and Amazon and Apple are already like going to pioneer. Like we're not gonna be talking about maybe BMWs in the future. It's gonna be like, hey, did you buy the Apple car? Hey, did you buy the Google car? Yeah. Ford's gonna be gone. Like you know what I mean. They're just gonna be too far behind. Like no one's gonna want to buy.
That's possible. I mean, because but we live in different states, and in a state like I live, it's all about the trucks, man. Like it's all about the trucks. Everywhere you drive, and it's a Ford or a Chevy or a Toyota, and that's it. The trucks are all over the place. Yeah, for me, I love Fords. I'm driving Fords all my life. I do love the brand. I even love
the Raptor.
No, the creator of Ford, like his story behind how he had even like thrived to make it possible because there was a monopoly on the car itself, the power.
You're right, Rocco. They'll probably never go. You're right. They won't go away.
They don't get a self-driving car. I'm not loyal to Ford to the point of when it comes to that. I'll go get a self-driving car. And I think a lot of individuals would have the same mindset as me too, which is why I feel like they would be so stupid to not be innovative to that change, to want to go and create a self-driving car themselves so that they don't lose out on that huge market of the future, which is like what we're talking about.
Dude, you say that and because it sounds so obvious, but like I've seen it happen too often.
They could.
Companies just don't adapt. I can see a situation where Google or Apple buys them out because at this point they're just not making money.
Makes their trucks and puts their software and stuff like that inside.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Like I think you're absolutely right. The trucks and stuff, that's a utility that I don't know if Google will ever want to get into, but I can see them acquiring a company to still provide that for people for the very few. Because I think Google's very smart business-wise, and they might be able to know how to like overhaul that and efficientize, if that's a word. But I also don't see the car collecting go away. There's always going to be that muscle car that someone's working on, right? So I think that will always have a place. I just think it will be diminished and it will be niche eventually, and that's where it makes sense for me for someone like Ford to get bought up by Google so they can produce these types of legendary series cars or something like that.
Yeah, I think there'll be a Let's look back at this in 40 years and see what happens. Like,
Yeah.
that would be cool as hell, wouldn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Clay predicted the future.
No, I bet all my predictions are just dead off.
It's like it's not even Google and Apple don't
not
even
even- yeah.
exist anymore. It's
Yeah.
like
It's Maelstrom
something-
Gamers.
Yeah, exactly.